Welcome to Courage to Refocus. In today's episode, we're going to do something that's so simple, but at times can be challenging for a beginner sewer. So, we're going to talk about today how to thread your sewing machine and how to wind your bobbin. Okay, in order to do this, of course, you have to have some material. Today, we only need like three things. I'll say four. You need your thread, a bobbin. If you can see it, this is a clear bobbin. Can you see this? So we're going to wind the thread onto our bobbin with. If you need these, you can find them at Walmart. You can find them at Hobby Lobby. You can find them at Michael's, Amazon, anywhere. It's easy to find them. They're not hard. So don't fret if you don't have one. Your machine should come with one anyways. But if you break it or misplace it, whatever, they can be easily replaced. These are the plastic ones. And of course, you'll need your sewing machine and the needle, which your sewing machine should already have. So that's why I say 3 to 4 things, but that's what we're going to get with and get started with these things. Okay. Let's talk about something very important first, our thread. The direction of your thread matters. Yes, it does. Because if you're not placing the thread onto your spool for your machine in the correct direction, then you will face breakage. Your sewing project, you want to know, what's wrong with my sewing project? Why is it not going? Why does this thread keep breaking? Why is it not, is my machine broken? There's something wrong. But the direction of your thread can make or break your project. So you want to make sure that you are having your thread, if you could see, in this direction. So let's just say if my spool, I was going to place it on here like this so that my thread can feed from the back in this direction. You want it to come off the back. You do not want it to go in this direction where the thread is coming from the front. You see that? It's coming from the front. You don't want that. That's not going to work, okay? So I'm going to make sure that the thread is feeding from the back, okay? And I'll show you once I put it on my machine. I just want to make sure I go over that so that you understand that it's very, very important which direction your thread goes, okay? So we're working with a Brother machine today. This is the Brother CE 1150. Now, it's really, really easy to thread a sewing machine. I'm going to pull mine down a little bit so you can see where the numbers are. You have your number guide. It's guided for you. If you can see that, that's number 1. And then if you follow the machine along, you see right here, I'm trying to focus on where you see that says 2. And then, of course, you have 3. Can you see 3? Let me make sure you can see it. This is 3 right here. Then you have to find 4. If you come back up, you'll see 4 at the top right there. And then you'll see 5. All right. Can you see 5? I'm trying to make sure that you can see that pretty clear. It's 5. Okay. All right. So those are your steps and ultimately, some people may say that the needle will be 6. So this is what we're going to do. Now, remember, I told you about the direction of your thread, how it's very important to see which direction your thread is going. Okay, so I'm going to try to get this as clear. It looks a little blurry, so I'm going to try to get it focused. Okay, can you see that now? Do you see the direction that I placed my thread in? You see how my thread is coming from the back, it's feeding from the back. You see that direction? You don't want the front, remember, the front is a no-no. So the front would go like this. You don't want that, okay? So we're going to flip that back in the correct direction. As you can see, my thread is falling to the back, so I know I'm in the right direction. And so I'm going to simply just bring it around, okay? My machine says error is letting me know because I've moved it around. Won't let me know that I can't do anything because my presser foot was up. But right now we want it up, okay? So if you just saw that E1 flash, and that's all that was. But let's go, okay? Let's follow the steps that was given to us, okay? Okay, we've gotten to the part where we're about to actually thread our machine. I'm going to try to zoom in at the top so you can see this little part on part 1. For some apparent reason, if you can see it, it gets a little intimidating for some people. I'm not sure why, but let's see. I want to focus it in good so you all can see this little thing right here. Let's see. Yeah, that's a good one. So you can clearly see what we're doing. Okay. So remember I told you our thread is coming from the back off the spool. We have our thread up here. So I'm just going to take that back thread. I'm going to simply just place it in here, just like that. It went in just like that. And then I'm just going to bring this down. I'm going to follow those numbers. We went through 1. So now let's get to 2. 2 is just simply bringing it down to come around 3. Okay. To 4. We're coming up to 4. Okay. Now, there's something important right here that I do want to talk about. Let me see if I can zoom out. Give me 1 second. Because I want to talk a little on this so that you know that you can see this thing, our little. If you notice each time I'm spinning from here, right here, I'm turning this. And each time I turn this, it makes this little silver thing either go up or come down, which in essence control our needle, the position of our needle. If we want our needle to be in a down position like that, or if we want our needle to come up. So especially when I'm trying to thread it, you want to make sure that this is up and not down. You see up, this is up. And not down. You want to be able to see that, okay? We're bringing it back up. Now this is in our up position. You can see where I've already, you want to make sure that it goes around that too. See, look, if it's not all the way, you want to make sure that when you bring it in, it hooks around that, okay? So you can see it's in there. Can you see that? Yeah. You're going to bring it down. And we're getting to step 5. 5 means that you're going to simply take this. You see where I'm pushing my thumb back here? Uh-oh, we missed it. Well, I missed it. But now you see how I got it to slide back there, right there? Okay, so the next thing, in order to make sure that this goes into the needle. Now, if your machine has this option, which is perfect because it helps you thread your needle. And if you don't have this option, then you have to do it the old-fashioned way, which is simply get to the edge of your thread. Once you're at the edge of your thread, you have to take it and manually put it through the eye of that needle. Make sure it goes in backwards too, because that's important. You don't want the thread to go in backwards. Can you see that? See if I can move my hand so you can see it. You want the thread to go in backwards like this. See if I can get it a better angle for you to see. We thread it the old-fashioned way, depending on what kind of machine you have. See how I'm threading it through the hole and I'm making it go through the back. And I'm going to just pull. If you have some tweezers, which I may have some over here. I try to keep a pair, but my kids sometimes come over here. Oh, found it. And they mess with my stuff. But I have a pair of tweezers that I'm going to use to help me pull it on through. You see that? And you can just pull it through like that. And it's going all the way through the back. So now my thread is coming out the back. You never want your thread to come towards you. You want it to go towards the back of your machine, okay? So you see where you can see where my thread is coming from the back, okay? Now that's the old-fashioned way if you don't have this threaded option right here, but I'm going to show you if you have this and you're wondering how to use this function on your machine. Once again, everything that looks intimidating is not. It's simply you just pull your machine down like this, or pull this button down, I'm sorry. See how it pulls down? You pull it down and you turn it that way, okay? All right, so our little threader machine right here. See if I can zoom out a little bit better so you can see. So what you want to do is you want to take your thread. I'm trying to see if I can zoom it out. There we go. That's good. So you can really see that. And he's going to take this right here and you're going to hook it under there. And then I'm going to try to hold with my other finger. Kind of, oh, we missed it. But kind of pull it towards me. I'm trying to use both one hand to record and one hand to show you. But then I just pull that down. And once I pull it down, yes, thank you. I have my little assistant here helping me. My 9-year-old is helping me today. My little Faith. All right, so here you go. You take this down. You definitely need 2 hands. And you pull it underneath there. You see that? And then we're going to turn it, pull it right here. And then we're going to kind of hook it underneath there. Did you see how? Or did I go too fast for you? Okay, so here we go. We have it under here. Let's go slower. Let's go right here underneath. We hook it. In fact, I need you to just help me hold it right here. Under here. Bring it down a little bit, baby. And then we're going to turn it like this. And then we're going to bring it over here. We're going to bring it over here. And once it gets hooked under here, just let it go. Well, it didn't. That's not a good example. We put it right here. We let it go. And once we let it go, I may have to redo it because I'm not sure if she caught that or not. Let's see. We're trying. I got my little helper. I back up just a hair so I can see too. Okay, so hold it just like this for me, please. Thank you. So we want to make sure we're doing a good example of this. You want to hold it down a little bit. There we go. And then here we go. We hook it under there. And then you kind of let it go. You see how I let that go? And then if you notice, it automatically went through. You see like a little loop back there? You get this, you pull that through. Okay. And once you get to go that direction, it still goes in the back too. And if you have any extra, like when you do like a long train, you can simply take it up right here on the side of your machine. This is where you trim any excess thread that you don't want to use for your project.
I didn't even see that part.
Yeah. And so we're doing that. And so this is how you thread the machine. Of course, now your machine is not ready. It is not ready to sew because you don't have any bobbin in here. This right here is our bobbin case, right? So we pop that off of there. And we notice that our bobbin is what? Empty. So we have to get what? Bobbin. So now we're going to go to the second part where we show you how to actually thread your bobbin or, wind your bobbin. It's not hard. It's just all these terms just sound fancy and they sound challenging because it's something new that you've never done. But we're going to show you how to do that. Give me 1 second. All right. Now we have our bobbin time. Let's see. We're just going to put it simply right here. Your machine tells you this is, if you see that on the top, that's letting you know this is where you would place your bobbin and this is how you would thread it or wind it, okay? So, of course, once again, the direction of your thread, this right here, does not change because it doesn't matter if you're winding your bobbin or if you're getting ready to sew or just try to regularly thread your sewing machine. The direction of your threads remains the same. It doesn't come towards that front. It stays going towards the back, okay? I think I've covered that enough in this so that you get what I'm saying. I just want to make sure that I've covered so that you understand that at all points in time, the direction of the thread will face this way, okay? This direction, I'm sorry. So now we have, this says step, if you can see that, it says 2 and 3.
So where's one? One is in the same spot that we did with the sewing machine. Except for on here, there's a diagram that's showing you how to thread this machine in order to wind your bobbin. All right, so let's see if we can see that a little bit better. I want to focus in so you can see that. There you go, right there. You see that directions where it's telling you, the diagram is saying we're looping, right? We're going one and then we're going to loop around, okay? So let's see. We have one right here. I'm bringing it through the little thing like they tell me. And then what I'm going to do is bring it around the front. And then I'm going to bring it back in this direction. It's coming back here. Can you see that? Is that better for you to see? So let's show you again. We went one. We're coming in the front. And we're going to bring that around. Do you see that? Almost like you're making an X. See? All right. And then now some people, they decide to use the little holes on top of here to thread, but I don't do that. It's just my personal preference, but you can if you would like. What I do is just take it and I wrap it around here a few times to make sure that it's secure. You see me wrapping that. That's what I do. My preference, like I said, to each his own. This is the way that I do it. And then I just simply push it in this direction and that locks it, okay? Now, this is where the other part comes in. We have a presser foot, and if you don't know what your presser foot is, let me get it for you to show you what it looks like. Your machine should have come with a booklet that's telling you all the steps. This is your presser foot, okay? You press this, kind of like a gas pedal. I'm not sure who's watching this video, so I don't want to say an age, but some sewers, beginner sewers start early at age of 9 or 8, and I know they're not driving a car, so I don't want to reference this as a gas pedal. But if you're older and you are, the age of driving, then we can compare this to like the gas pedal or the brakes in our car that we would hit. Mostly like a gas pedal, because when you press the gas in your car, it makes it go faster. The same way with sewing machine, when you press the presser foot, not presser foot, excuse me, when you press the foot pedal, it makes the more you press down, the faster the machine goes, okay? So what we're going to do, we've locked that in place up here. Remember, we've already locked that in. So now what we're going to do is just watch it by my foot. Because I have locked it, it has told the machine that, it's time she wants to wind a bobbin. So it's an automatic feature of the machine that once you slide it into this gear, it knows that we're at the stage of winding the bobbin. So I'm just going to press my foot pedal so you can see that it starts to wind. Do you see that? Now I'm going to hold this a little bit because it gets a little, it'll roll off if you're not careful. But as you can see, that's why I'm going to lightly press mine, because I don't want it to go too fast, because I know another way to do it, but for the camera's sake, and I want to show so people can see how it's supposed to go. I'm just going to use my finger to kind of hold it in place. But as you can see, we're winding our bobbin. Do you see that? Now our bobbin is now being filled. So now once we're finished with that, because I'm not going to wind this thing full, because I'm actually not using this color right now, but I'm just using it for this video to demonstrate. So I don't like to fill a bobbin with the color that I'm not using, if that makes sense. But this is just for demonstration purposes. I got a bright color that people could see, so it wouldn't be hard to tell which direction it was going. But so I don't want to go too much with it, but you get the idea of how it's supposed to go. And then when you're finished, once your thread has gotten full, your bobbin, I should say, has gotten full, then you would just simply go right back over here, lock it back to let them unlock it to let your machine know, hey, it's time for sewing. And I like to keep a pair of scissors near me. And I just take my scissors and I just simply cut it. Excuse me. Just cut right there. And then it detaches itself. And then I can take my bobbin. Look, we have bobbin. Yay! So if I was sewing a project that had this color, then guess what? Now it would match. I wouldn't have to worry about people seeing, you know, the bobbin or a different color bobbin. And I would just simply put it into my machine and my casing down here. I would feed it in there. And I guess on our next video, or I can just go ahead and show you in this video. I'll show you how to, since we're already here, might as well go ahead and show you how to actually finish threading the bobbin. Okay, so I have it in here. It's very simple too. If you see, most of the machine have pictures, like little guides to tell you what to do, where you're going, what steps you need to take next. So you would just simply follow what it says. Once again, the direction matters for the bobbin as well. You do not want the thread to come forward this way. You see that? You don't want it going this way. I guess you could say it could kind of make like the number 9. I'm trying to see. You want it to make the letter P. Maybe that's a good explanation for you to see. Trying to hold it without dropping it so you can see how it makes a P. All right, you don't want 9. You do want a P though. Okay. So I'm just going to simply place it in there like that. Now that my thread is coming in this direction from the back, just like your thread at the top, I'm going to take it right here. We're here now. So you're just going to make it feed that way. And we're going to, let's see. Can you see that? All right. So we're just going to feed it through this little hole right here. You see how it has caught? You want to make sure it's catching this little silver part inside of here. Okay. And then once you've done that, once it's caught, you're going to slide it over here. Just bring it around. This is a built-in where it cuts the extra thread for the bobbin as well. Okay. So it's really, really easy. And if you see the machine over here, my machine, I'm not sure if you're selling, will have it on here or not, but this particular machine came with this little diagram on it that's showing you how to, what to do, which way the bobbin is supposed to go, which way it's not supposed to go. So that can kind of help you as well. Okay. And then once we do that, we slide our little case back over. I'm going to slide it back in here. And just like that, you're ready to sew. All right.
So if you've made it this far to the end of this video, I want to thank you for staying along and learning about how to sew. Now, if you watched our intro video, I just gave a little intro about what Courage to Refocus is about, what the purpose and all that stuff. I explained in that video where we like to encourage, and this is a faith-based sewing channel. And I cannot leave the channel today without giving you some kind of encouragement. So our encouragement for today is this. The Bible says that He has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. So I gave you that verse today because I don't want you to be afraid to embrace something new. I don't want you to be afraid or fearful to try sewing. Although it may seem challenging, although it may get frustrating, although it may seem like something you've been thinking about doing, you don't really know, I just want to tell you, just start. I know it just sounds like, well, that was just simple. Yes, it is as simple as that. You will never know what you can or you'll never know what you can do if you never try it. So I just say, just start today. And remember, if you're doing all things through Christ, which strengthens you, you can do all things. Remember where your help comes from, know where your strength comes from. And more importantly, remember, God has not given you a spirit of fear. So if it's fear knocking at your door, and if fear is telling you not to pick up that sewing machine that you bought 5 years ago, look fear in the face and say, you know what? I overcome you today. I'm going to pull out that machine. I'm going to dust it off and I'm going to try. You know, you never know where your future could end. You never know how well you may take off with your sewing. You just never know. But of course, I just had to give you that little encouragement. And if you like our content, if you like our videos or anything that you want to see us do or want to see us review or talk about, leave a comment. And we'll try our best to get to it and work on it or do some research or try to figure something out for you. And of course, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment. It was a pleasure doing this video for you today, and I look forward to seeing you at the next one. Bye.